Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delima and today I'm inviting you to a tour of my 5 stars island. My island is called Nanobi and is located in the southern hemisphere. So it's fall right now. So here's the map. I have Raymond, Marshall, Henry, Charlie's, Diana, Vesta, Blanche, Zucker, Dottie, and Lily as villagers. Vesta is a newcomer, by the way. I'm not really sure why I named it Nanobi because every single thing I've done since I first played it back in 2020 was based on a whim. Nanobi was the first word that came up and I typed it down, and back then I also kind of wanted the island to have the feel of a small town with close-knit neighbors. I also really like Ghibli movies, so I set the island tune to Kiki's delivery service music called A Town with an Ocean View. Alright, without further ado, let's go around. We're here first at the entrance where I placed Red's fake Valiant statue. Now here's the thing, I really love hidden things when it comes to island designs. I love walking into an island and found an amazing design up front, but then there's also a surprise behind it which turns out to be even more amazing, and I aspired to do that to my island too. So that's why I placed a lot of trees there just by the small pond and a waterfall, just to kind of like hide it there. Hide the waterfall so it's not like blatantly obvious at the first time. I used a lot of wet field around my island. I'm absolutely obsessed with the item ever since it came out along with the updates. I think it adds a natural feeling to it, and frankly, I was really fussy about lining anything with fences because it sort of looked like it's forced and very uniformed. I don't really like things that are too organized. So wet field really helped lining the spaces in between, and also we can walk through it. To the back, there's a small pond and waterfall that I mentioned earlier. When I was redecorating, I thought about creating water spaces close to the resident services and adding a bridge. But when I tried to do it, I wasn't really liking it anymore, so small pond it is. Walking through the pergola takes us a bit deeper into the island where I planned some sort of transition area. It's actually a path leading further to the villagers' houses, but before that, there's a small park, like a picnic spot up here. Moving on to the side, I have a slightly narrow passage that would lead to a mini group of bamboo trees, which then connects to Blanche's house. She has this secluded part of the beach to herself, and I decided to just include that to her house's space. I put a public bath here with some island tune overlooking the ocean beyond. I think Blanche would really appreciate this. I think she looks like she could be a material girl. Over here we have the green mums, which I didn't grow by myself. Shout out to my Twitter moods, Ashley and Pato, for giving these pretty green mums for me, because I cannot seem to be growing them myself, no matter what. Bit further up we have Marshall's house. I matched the flowers for his exterior. He also has the sitting area overlooking the river and waterfall. Next up, we're going over to my house. It's one level above the ground and I wanted to have a mini farm over here, so I placed a tractor and a silo at the corner with lots of wet field, of course. If we step towards the middle, there's a small waterfall and then it will lead straight to my house. I grew a couple of tomatoes at the front and spread out a boho-style picnic rug with a wooden music box propped right there. Descending the incline, we can go all the way to the back and the path will cut narrower, and then you'll meet a stone bridge that leads to the nook's cranny.
Like you said, a human being, I'm going to make you take that chance. Things have been different for me ever since I met Hildy. I've never met anyone quite like her before.
Right next to the store, you'll find this apple tree surrounded by a bunch of white hyacinth, mums, and cosmos flowers. There's a vine that you can climb over here, and it takes you to a small campsite, like some sort of a lounge area. I wanted to kind of giving a sneak peek from there that you're nearing the campsite area, because if we go down here and walk over to the back, you will see that I tucked the campsite right over here. At the bottom left corner from the campsite, there's another narrow passage that would lead to another lounge area by the beach. It's still under progress because I'm still not sure how to decorate it. As it's very close to the beach, I set up an outdoor area for grilling and cooking by the far corner near the stones. Now walking back to the campsite area, there's a road to cross the pond by jumping from this side. And as we reach to the other side, it leads to the secret beach, where Red stops by to scam me, most of the time. From the secret beach, there's an incline that leads back to the upper ground where we can watch the waterfall that connects to the campsite area. Right by the waterfalls, you'll see a small orange area with a gazebo right here. I have orange trees, orange hyacinth, and cosmos flowers. The incline over here is actually connecting this ground towards the front part, which is where the store is located. There's a bridge below to get you to the other side, but you can also step up the incline here to get across or to walk to the museum. That green pipe over there connects to the other pipe at the beach where I placed a wooden shed, or to just simply cut waste because my museum is basically located at the very far back. Right, now after the museum, we can go down this incline, and here's the bridge behind the store earlier. This side is going straight to the residential area. As you can see by the side, that's Charlie's house. From Charlie's house, we'll see Diana's at the back next to a small waterfall. I actually group my villagers' houses based on their exterior types, so you'll see houses that have similar designs standing not too far from each other. Behind Diana's house, there's a path that will lead you to the seaside cafe or like a bistro with the ocean view. I put up music here so it's very cozy at night too. I like to imagine they're sitting here just to like think about what they're going to do next while they're enjoying some sandwich or smoothie in their hands. Then if you look to the side, there's a vine by the cliff, and if you climb it, you'll see a hidden area of the island. I also like to imagine that years ago, before I moved to the island, a group of pirates sort of set this island to be a placeholder for their treasures, but then they got lost at the sea and never came back to get it. Right next to it, there's another hidden kind of overgrown area where a mysterious cave stands along with the money tree and buried fossil. Alright, climbing back down, running across this tomato garden behind Raymond's house to his next door neighbor's Henry. A bit further back from Henry's house, we're going to see Lily's house. I redecorated the exterior, so I put a white lily right next to her house for an indication. Lily has her own potatoes garden and shared beach spaces with her neighbors. Over here at the peninsula, I set up a stargazing area. there's a pool, a lighthouse, and a corner for tourist sightings. Coming back onto the island right in front of this residential area, I placed 2 wooden bridges. One connects to the back of a villager's house and towards the beach at the side, while here at the left side brings you back to the transition area at the back of the residential services and the small picnic spot up the ground earlier. Between these bridges, we're seeing the space for Dottie right now. I also redecorated her exterior because I thought her original house looked so gloomy for her. So to tell that it's Dottie's house, I put up the Easter Bunny sign up with a bunny statue too. And the crescent moon near the tree is also my way of telling that a rabbit lives here because of the correlation between moon and rabbit over the years. Then over to the side, hidden by the cliffs and trees, we have another crossing path to Vesta's house.
But remember, don't hesitate to call on me for anything.
Right up front, before entering her house's area, I set up a small farmer's market here next to the beach. Walking across the market, we'll see Zucker's house really close towards the beach. He has his own pond right next to his house. Blanche, excuse me, I'm trying to show Zucker's house. And last but not least, we trace back just close to the farmer's market and cross this bridge over here to get to the Abel's sister shop. Since it's the last place on the island, if we run back here, it will lead to the nearby entrance area again, where the distance between the airport and the residence services is not so far apart. And there you go, a tour of Nanobi, my 5-stars island. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and comment and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye!